The criminal misuse of EU money affects all EU citizens. The idea behind the possible setting up of a European Public Prosecutor's Office is to be able to fight such crimes efficiently throughout the EU. In times of economic crisis and budgetary restrictions, it is more important than ever to make sure that the EU funds are legitimately used and the taxpayers' money is safeguarded against crime. The tasks. The European Public Prosecutor's Office would be responsible for investigating, prosecuting and bringing to justice those who damage assets managed by or on behalf of the EU. It would also exercise the functions of prosecutor in the competent courts of the EU countries in relation to such offences. The European Council may adopt a decision extending the powers of the European Public Prosecutor's Office to include serious crime having a cross-border dimension. To do so, the Council shall act unanimously after obtaining the consent of the European Parliament and consulting the European Commission. The functioning of the EPO. The details regarding the functioning of the office will be established by means of regulations. These shall determine the general rules applicable to the office, the conditions governing the performance of its functions, the rules of procedure applicable to its activities, and those governing the admissibility of evidence. The rules applicable to the judicial review of procedural measures taken by the EPO itself in the performance of its functions. The procedure to establish it. The European Public Prosecutor's Office may be established from Eurojust by adopting a series of regulations following a special legislative procedure. This requires the Council to act unanimously after obtaining the consent of the European Parliament, and in the absence of unanimity, a group of at least 9 EU countries can go ahead with the project by establishing enhanced cooperation. What is the background to this project? The Commission has already done preparatory work in this area, starting with the well-known Corpus Juris study. The Corpus Juris is a set of rules devised by academics to improve the criminal law protection of the community's financial interest. It proposed the creation of a European Public Prosecutor. The Commission took this process further by adopting a green paper on criminal law protection of the financial interest of the European Community and the establishment of a European Public Prosecutor in 2001, which was followed by extensive consultation and a follow-up report in 2003. The discussion on the European Public Prosecutor found its way into the European Convention and ultimately to the Lisbon Treaty. For the first time, Article 86 of the Treaty on the functioning of the European Union allows for the possibility of establishing the European Public Prosecutor's Office.